Hey there, it's Kelly Shoup, day 4. You have almost made it. Success. Awesome. Good job, parents. Okay, today we are going to talk about motivation and mindset. And in the homework for yesterday, in the worksheet that you had, it talked about carrots. And I don't think we definitely talked about positive reinforcement yesterday on the live call, but I'm going to talk a minute more about it in regard to motivation, and then we're going to move on to mindset. So remember, I am all about connection, relationship, that long-term, good, like lifetime connected relationship between parents and kids. And it takes it being intentional about it. It really does. But when you do it at the exact ages and stages, and when it's developmentally, when your child is also seeking it, wired for it, God created us to be like this. This is when it's easy to get connected with your child. And then you just build on that. Like it's that compound interest of if you do these things when your child is young, it looks like an incredible relationship throughout your life and their life. And so that is always my goal. I have been on a mission for 20 years to help parents make it easier for them with their young kids, with any age kids. I have 3 teenagers. And so in the space where I am with my kids, I have so many parents who find me and say, what about this? Or what do you think about that? Or what about this activity? And again, it's I'm so happy to share all the experience and education and learning that I know, because I'm all about good relationships. So part of having a really good relationship with your child is being able to hold a boundary with them, motivate them in a positive way instead of a punitive, controlling way. I see so many parents who do this. Again, it's all about control. They want instant obedience, immediate behavior that the parent wants. And this doesn't make for good relationship. So I am all about going in the flow of how God designed us. God is a God of abundance. And I find that when I motivate kids to step out and to do the next thing and to grow into that next skill, that next developmental thing, that next milestone, they so easily head right for it. So I want to motivate along that flow of positive, abundance, expansive. As these kids are growing and expanding and their world's getting bigger, all of that is in complete flow of how God designed us to be. Now we know that because of original sin, we have a fallen nature. And so I find a lot of parents, their tendency is to operate out of that fallen nature to achieve a desired behavior from their child. That is not me. I want to do the opposite. Again, I operate opposite a lot of what that normal response, knee-jerk reaction is for parents. So if you're with me, I'm going to often tell you to do something opposite of what you think to do. But again, I've been doing this for a super long time, so it's going to work. And that's also my goal. Fast, effective, efficient strategies to get you and your kids connected in a peaceful way. So positive reinforcement. I want to give them an opportunity to give me behavior with a positive motivator. Here's an example I used to do for my kids all the time. If we had smooth morning routine before school, On Fridays, we had cinnamon rolls. We celebrated Fridays with cinnamon rolls and loud music, and it was a party. We made it all week. My kids, again, I was motivating them to not be as grumpy, dragging their feet. And so I was trying to get that behavior in a way that is positive instead of yelling and screaming and taking things away or punishing. Okay, so I'm always working for that positive, but often with kids, sometimes that positive doesn't always work. But I have to hold the boundaries. And so I will put in a more negative. We discussed this yesterday in regard to, just holding boundaries. I will put something in place if I have to, because I have to follow through on what I said I would do. So kids feel safe. They know they can trust you. They know that they are in an environment, again, that is safe. Super, super important. I'm currently helping a family that have had a 4-year-old with super out of control, extreme behaviors. The 4-year-old has been running the entire house for months. The 4-year-old is out of control, and she does not feel safe. She does not feel regulated. She does not feel A-okay. And so I've seen her, and we're at a better place now. And so if your child is giving you behavior that's super, undesirable and out of control and fits and tantrums and all of that, you have got to, again, hold a boundary to be the parent and have the control and the upper hand, because that ultimately makes your child feel the safest. They might complain in the moment, but that is what we need to do. Why is this so important? Yes, for the safety of the child. Also, it's important, parents, for your mindset. Like, I want you to know that you have been given this job by God to raise a child. And it is a privilege. It is a gift every single day. Even when it's annoying, even when they are angry, even when they have middle school girl sassy attitudes, still a gift. So try to motivate them positively. Then you'll have to do some other things. But if you can keep your mindset in a really good place, that is, well, it's all of it, really. I mean, it's most of the game. I'd say it's all the game. So today we are going to talk about some common thought errors that come up with parents all the time. So tell me if this is you. I'm not doing it right. My kids never listen. I'm failing them. I had no clue they were supposed to be able to do that by kindergarten. I'm just terrible. They don't do what they're supposed to do. Never. I know my child should be better. I should know them better. Why didn't I know this about them? The nanny knew it. I didn't. I'm doing this wrong. Why does it seem that every other person in my sphere who has young kids seems happy and their kids are great, and when we go out, they're well behaved? And what is wrong with me? And if I can't do this parenting thing right, I must be really bad at relationships. I must be really messed up. If I can't get this right, okay, parents, those thoughts, A, they're not true. And B, they're not helpful. They are not helping you on a day-to-day basis, interacting and dealing with your kids. Yes, they are normal. Yes, they are, all parents have them. I have them probably every week I'll think, oh, I'm dropping the ball on that. I'm supposed to check on that or this, or one of my kids I know is heading into a new kind of developmental phase and I haven't really thought it through, or okay, what's my plan? What skills? Again, you don't have to come up with all the skills and the ages and the stages because I know all that. So I can help you with that. But here is what I cannot help you with. I can a little bit, is those thoughts that are in your mind. I can give you some ways to think. I can ask you to think differently. We can say that thinking you're failing your kid, thinking you're doing it wrong, thinking I should know better, I might as well give up. I've been trying so hard for the last year and my kid still won't go to bed. My kid still won't listen. My kid still does not eat hardly anything at mealtime. I'm not a good mom. Okay, not helpful. So first step is awareness. So I'm pointing it out, but after today, I want to empower you, which is I'm all about empowering people, kids and parents, to be able to do the things to take care of themselves, to show up in the best way. So I want you to be aware when you start to have a thought like, oh, I've totally failed. It's bad. It's Wednesday, it's Thursday after school. I've yelled at the kids twice. Somebody's in their room. I have nothing planned for dinner. We're probably going to have to eat popcorn. And nobody has their home. You can get down into a spiral. And so I don't want you to do that. But I want you to be aware when you have those thoughts, you can stop them. You can take a break, take a breath, and think, I don't have to choose that thought. And is there evidence that maybe this thought isn't true? So this is what I help parents with all the time. When they tell me I'm failing my kid is terrible. Okay, well, the kid physically looks fine to me. They're not emaciated. They're not bleeding. They aren't showing me any physical signs of distress. So you're not failing your child in that way. Could we do things a little better? Yes. But again, I can very quickly help parents have evidence. Oh, maybe it's not as bad as that thought in my brain was telling me. So it seems like the mindset for parents often is black or white, all or nothing. And again, it's not true. And oh, by the way, I'm in the middle. So I'm not a parenting coach who is an extremist. I'm not, no cell phones ever in a child's life till they're 25. That is not me. I am running in the middle of the road because what is in that middle? The virtue, the good stuff. That's where God wants us to be. He wants us to grow in virtue. So it's, again, balancing. Okay, I totally screwed up today. The only thing I gave the kids for dinner was popcorn. But here's what I did well. We worked on homework. I connected with this child and that child, got this child home safe from soccer. These are all wins. So can I do it better tomorrow? I can. But again, I already had some. So it's just having the awareness to ask yourself, when you have a bad thought of, I'm terrible, I'm horrible, I'm a bad mom, being aware, am I really? Let's look at that. Let's get curious about that. How did I show up today? Did I yell once? I did. But you know what? Yesterday, I yelled 3 times. So in my job, I always am recognizing, identifying those little baby steps. The baby step it takes to be able to do a certain skill, the baby step it takes to help a child's behavior in a certain way, the baby steps it takes to help parents recognize and give themselves credit for the good stuff they're already doing, which, again, you parents are doing so much great stuff. Like, if I follow any of you around for even a couple hours, I would be pointing out all the good things I see. The ways you affirm your kids, the ways you are helping them with skills, the way you're plugged into their emotions and behaviors and tendencies and quirks and all that stuff. So I want to encourage you. I want to give you hope. Do not ever give up on the thought that, that you are a great parent and you are the perfect parent for each of your kids. And we know that because God blessed you with them. Even if it's a stepchild or it's an adoptive child or it's some way, shape, or form that you have kids in your life, it's a gift. And so have in your mind a thought that I can do this. I am good at this. I am absolutely able to do this right here in this moment, in this time in my life, in this stage, in this child's life. Like, we've got this. We can do this. Okay? Because when our mindset is that confident, that I know I can do this, that is so incredibly good for a child to be around somebody. They want to feel safe. They want to know, okay, I'm a kid, like I'm 10 years old, I can't drive, I don't have a wallet, I don't have a credit card. There's so much kids are aware that they cannot do. So they need to know that they can count on you and that you know that you can manage it, take care of it. So have your mindset in, okay, I can do this. I can do this. It might be hard. It might be challenging. This might be a trip up today, but we can do this. And when your mindset is that, your kids are in a really good place, in a really healthy environment to know that they're okay, they're safe, they're going to show up in their best possible way. Now, when we have a mindset of that, like, I can do this, it doesn't mean our mindset is it's perfect, it's all great, kind of this false positivity. That's not real, that's not true, and it's also not the best way to present it to your children. And so I so often have, throughout raising my kids, talk to them about the hard stuff, the frustrating stuff, the annoying stuff, the things that I was doing every day to mess up. So I was voicing it. I was talking about it. I was talking about the emotions I was feeling because I wanted it normalized. I wanted my kids to know that normal, healthy life involves frustrations, being uncomfortable, being upset, doing things that are, messing up. Somebody said, I wanted to say stupid, but I don't ever say anything stupid, and I don't want anybody to call themselves stupid or call their child stupid. So I mess up a lot every single day, and my kids witness it, they see it, they know it. I will voice it so that they're like, yeah, I totally see that. That's okay. They love me anyway. I love myself anyway. I'm a good parent anyway. And so when you have the mess ups and the little, oh my gosh, I totally flaked on that. I mean, I forgot to do this. Forgotten a birthday party, to take a kid to a birthday party and showed up a date late. Yep, I've done that. I promise you, parents, like, I have done all of it. All the screw ups that you're busy beating yourself with a stick for, I've done them. It's okay. It is okay. We are imperfect humans. Remember, God made us that way. That mode, that design, it was imperfect from the get-go. So let's just call it that. I don't have to be perfect. I can mess up. My kids are okay with that. My kids know they don't have to be perfect. So this is a big thing. I mean, we are in a crisis with mental health, with physical health. Like, we're in a big crisis with kids, especially these older teenagers. Oh my goodness, so much anxiety, so many eating disorders, so many ways that older kids are trying to control, trying to show up perfectly because there's an expectation of perfect that could come from their parents, absolutely comes from the media, social media, all the different ways that our environment speaks to us and impacts us. There is an understanding that we are to be perfect. We are to look perfect. We are to act perfect. We are to have the highest grades. We are to be college athletes. We have to be doing all these things if we are a kid. And that is, such pressure and so incredibly difficult for a child to navigate. So the kids get it out in the world, and I can't control what the world, is impacting, how it's impacting my kid. But what I can do is confirm and validate. And in my own household, I can accept the messiness, the imperfectness, and that is all normal. I can create that environment at home where they do not have to be perfect. I am not a parent who has any expectation with grades. In fact, I never ask my kids what their grades are. A lot of times I'll go to the conference and have just printed it out because that is not where my focus is. But because I don't focus on academics with my kids, they have great grades. So when I see parents who are breathing down the neck of these kids and parents who are managing every single assignment and all of that, again, it's such pressure on a child. So I want you to just back off a little bit, let them be imperfect in your home, messy. It's all messy when you're raising kids. Get your mindset that, yeah, it's going to be messy and I'm still doing it well. You are still doing it well if it's messy, if it's frustrating, if you're always kind of working on the next thing to get the next child down this next developmental milestone. And again, you don't have to know the milestone. You don't have to know the baby steps that it takes, because I know all that and I can help you with it. But you do have to be able to get your mind in a place like, I've got this. I can do this. I can handle it. I was made for this moment. I was born for this, as St. Joan of Arc says, born for this moment. I can absolutely do it. Okay? Here's the thing. You can find me. You can come join my monthly membership. It's $49. For a month, you can have a group coaching call with me once a week. You can come and bring me all your problems, frustrations, challenges, big question marks, little things that drive you nuts about your kids. Bring it. I want it. I've had it. I promise. In a way, shape, or form, I've already dealt with it. So I can help you there. There are also so many other resources for you in my membership. Here's one I'm going to show you today. It is called the Kelly Kit, and it is full of all kinds of things inside this little thing. Painter's tape, which I love, can do a million different activities to keep kids' behavior calm and regulated and A-okay. So many things we can do with painter's tape to build skills. That's the other thing. This I was helping a dad figure out. He was looking for a way to build skills with his 3 kids when he was out and about. So I stuck a piece of chalk and all kinds of goodies. So you'll get what goes inside this Kelly kit, a list and what to do with it inside the portal. Also, all kinds of, things to do if you're in a power struggle with your kid. What should you do if you are overwhelmed? Here are the top 5 things that have been successful for parents over the last 20 years. Again, I give you all my tried and true kid pleasing, games and activities, because I want you to have success and I want it to be quick. I want it to be as painless as possible. And I want you to just have a connected, peaceful, awesome relationship with your child. Okay, go do the homework that is in from our workbook for this week, and then come find me tomorrow.